I think this is working now. Oh my god. Why am I so bad with technology? 5 minutes late. If it actually works. I'm going to have to potentially work out the settings for my stream as we go. Just realised that I haven't streamed since I've updated my computer significantly and I've lost all my settings. Oh, I forgot about my coffee. I'm gonna go get a coffee. Here. I'm arriving. Hello. That'll probably do. Right. Ah! That's fine. That's my toes. What are we doing? I got my coffee. I've got my coffee. We're gonna turn the music down a little. And then we're gonna this button. Hi, I'm BoredGamer. Hope you're doing well. I've got an old sort of B-roll track because I've changed everything around and I realised that maybe I should have done some form of prep. But I'm not a preppy boy. I don't do much prep when I want for anything. I hope you are doing well. And it's a new year. Happy New Year. We're a little bit into the new year now. I've upgraded my computer a reasonable amount. I've moved from basically AM4 to AM5. I've got a 7950 X3D, and 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM and Gen 5 hard drive, which is going to be used for Star Citizen. So the idea is that the better RAM and more RAM and that upgrade in processing power would be pretty good for capturing footage. Can you see me okay? Is everything okay bitrate wise? I mean, I probably won't, as long as it's viable now. I won't change it now, but I'll change it later if people are like, the audio could higher quality, or you're a bit blurry. That's just how I look. You look perfect like an egg from the front and a potato from the side. What's that about? That's nothing I can change with streaming settings. Yeah, it's not. It is a. My setup is pretty good. It's thrifty price wise. It's relatively high end without going into the sort of like I'm going to get a 4090. I'm not sure why I did that voice. That's the voice I'd have if I was spending all my money on computer parts. Maybe I should spend more on computer parts. I've got my guest room in my house now is is sort of half guest room, half VR room. Actually, at the moment, it's got all my bathroom bits in it because I'm going to have my bathroom done in the next month or so. But settling nicely in my new house. Been here for a few months now, but still doing rooms up. I've got a functional office, which is small, but it's nice. I may move partly down to the basement. I don't know. I sell board games and do 3D printing and stuff like that as another job. It's another business that I run. That's sort of all down there at the moment. And my basement is messy, but the rest of my house is pretty ordered and tidy. Yeah, if you'd like to ask some questions during the live stream, question in brackets. We'll move on to Star Citizen properly in a second. Obviously, I'm just sort of waiting for more people to turn up and making sure the sort of settings are okay. Do we? So that's annoying. I don't have easy access to Twitch chat in the same way. Hello. I can still see it. It's just I have to. So I can just move. I'll have to move it over to the screen. Normally it's all on one screen. But today I'll have to move it. I'll have to look around, like a chump. But, hope everyone's doing well. Thank you very much for the kind words. Genuinely appreciate it. Last day to get yourself a free Mirai Pulse via the referral program. That is good to know. And so basically, someone has to have at some point used your referral code, and as their first purchase on their account, they need to use it by today, their first purchase of or bringing their account over $45. So as soon as their account's over $45 from like a new ship or whatever, bam, you both get a Mirai Pulse, I believe. But after today, it'll go back to the normal referral program. So still, the normal referral program is still running. It's just you can also get a Mirai Pulse currently. Have we heard anything about new FPS weapon attachments like foregrips and stocks? They are coming. There is a level of customization coming to those weapons. I would expect to see more and more of those as rewards for doing lots of stuff as well, more minor things, or on the road to larger rewards for contested zones and reputation rewards, things like that. And I would expect to see them this year, more and more. So I used to be an incredibly heavy drinker and tea drinker. I don't really do either anymore. I drink alcohol very rarely. I still drink, but very, very, very rarely. And I used to drink tons of tea, but now I've moved on to sort of black coffee. Do I still offer FUME coupons with a code? I don't currently have a special promo with them at the moment. Feel free to go check them out. They'll probably be running a promo on their site. But at the moment, I'm not affiliated with FUME. They occasionally do sponsorship deals with me where I go, talk about our products. We'll give you some money. I do have this for the product placement. But I do have it. I'm not sponsored by them currently, but I still use this quite a lot to point at things. My pointing device. Oh no, it's fallen. No. Oh, why won't you get back on your stand? It's fine. No problems with that. No problems with it. It's perfect. So if you hear me slurping, you just have to deal with it. Hello, hello. Yeah, there's been a light bit of drama in the community from some videos and stuff about duping exploits and stuff like that. I think it's pretty overblown for what it was. I talked about it in a video, and Zin and I talked about it a lot today in the podcast. I wanted to get her opinion on it because it's different from mine, and I've had time to think it over, and I sort of posed some questions to her, and we sort of discussed it. I'm very much on the side of, with any dupes and exploits and stuff, some of these things are intended. Obviously, some are not. People are doing the things that are not intended. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Probably typically will know if you're doing something that's unintended, like duplicating mission items or trying to stabilize the economy by making loads of money from some clever exploit or just exploit. But people repairing ships to get back FPS weapons and gear and stuff like that, I don't care about. Like, go ahead. Anything that makes your Star Citizen experience easier with less faff, I'm sort of pro. As long as, like, we haven't got Death of a Spaceman yet. We're still on alpha. As long as you're not sort of clearly exploiting, I'm sort of pretty chill with stuff. A lot of this stuff looked like it was part of a feature, but it's just the feature's not refined and defined enough yet. I get some coffee beans. They're called Espresso Rio Oro. It took me ages to find a blender that I liked. It's bean to cup. So I'm a little tubby, but that's more because I haven't been exercising at all. Like, my diet's not too bad. But also, I'm not touched 4.0 due to inability to get out of my hand. So a lot of people are having less problems now. And there's a 4.0.1 PTU coming later this week as well. So you may be in a position where you're okay now, because of the hotfixes and stuff they've been deploying. But by all means, wait until it's on the proper live build rather than the preview build, right? That's what I'd recommend to a lot of people. Wait until it's on the properly live build. That will signify when it is a lot more playable for a lot more people. So I used to stream at least once a week, and I sort of stopped for the last few weeks just because I've been busy and tired. After CitizenCon, I was really pretty ill with flu or COVID or something. And it's knocked me out, like, and it really has. I've been exhausted for ages. Like, unfortunately, what I do is not too taxing, Star Citizen and board game wise. Like, I'm able to baggage some parcels, and I'm able to talk about Star Citizen, play some Star Citizen, sitting down. I don't have to do much in the way of physical labour, which is great. So I've been able to sort of plod on through, and it sort of just knocked me out. And maybe sleep really erratically as well, but doing loads better now. Is rep bugged? So in 4.0, loads of stuff's bugged, and I'm not specifically sure if reputation is one of the things that I've encountered. So not being able to complete missions at all, I've encountered. A lot of people are having a really good time at Star Citizen in the last 3 days, 2-3 days. What else have we got, question-wise? Feel free to ask a question, just question in brackets. Have you heard anything on bug that locks players out of calling a ship? My main account is completely bricked at all terminals except my alt account. You might need to do account reset, although I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that was working for a lot of people that have bricked accounts. And I know they've deployed a load of hotfixes for that issue as well to help prevent it in the future. I'm not sure if it's fully solved yet. 4.0 just needs to get into a better state before it goes onto the live build fully. Don't want to phase out 3.24.3 until it is not wrecking people's accounts of it. Like, if you can't play and you take that away from people, that's, you know, upsetting. I do not drink much anymore. So, a couple of days ago, I had a bottle of wine, and I was like, "Ooh!" And normally, back in my day, I would have had like 2 or 3 bottles of wine. But one was like for the day. It was probably pushing it. I am rapidly approaching 40. 2.5 months away. I'll be an old man. An older man. So, some of the missions are fixed, but not everything in 4.0. Very much so. You'll still find some random problems. So, I don't see much need for a 1490 yet for me. I play at 1440p rather than 4K typically. And I'm relatively CPU bound still, I think. Do you 3D print for board games? 2 separate things. Yes. So board games and war games. I try and pick up some 3D licenses for stuff that I'm interested in, and then print them to either order or as part of a different thing. So I do lots of stuff for Warhammer and Warhammer-esque gaming systems, shall we say? It's sort of faux hammer, right? So like Tomb Kings-esque stuff I'm doing at the moment, and I'm just about to do, if anyone's seen Nemesis, the board game, sort of Alien, the board game kind of spaceship. I'm sort of printing, or will be printing, spaceships for that. So big spaceship interiors, like almost like a D&D board, like a terrain board. But that's the sort of stuff I want to do deluxe and kind of deluxification of board games is one of the things I want to do more and more. Do a lot of purchasing Kickstarter board games en masse as a not as a kind of a retailer, a smaller scale retailer. So that shard error is one of the errors they were trying to fix recently. And I think it's one of the 60k errors you're having, ST. So I know that they deployed a fix for that recently. I think they said there was going to be another one soon. I really want to see the item retrieval service that they had planned. That's going to be really useful in game. How long do you think it's going to be before CIG introduces their own version of Spartan armors? Well, if you look at the front of the drone ship, the rearm, repair, and refuel drone ship, that looks like Master Chief's face. Looks like Spartan armor. They'll have something very similar, right? They have a Spartan-esque helmet for sure, or even more so. How long was it after Star Citizen announced that you realised this was your dream game? Did you always plan to focus your channel on this? Okay, that's a good question. So I actually started doing YouTube with Diablo 3, Titanfall, and Natural Selection 2. I had loads of success with Diablo 3, like tons. Just because I was doing 45-second, 1-minute videos. This is sort of before YouTube Shorts as well. I was doing really short videos about how to get particular crafting materials or how to get an item. Just bam, this is how you get it, this is where you get it, boop, bam, bam, bam. Super quick, bam, bam, bam. Hopefully do that sort of style of video in the future for Star Citizen of, you want this item, it's here. You want this, it's here. You want this crafting material, you get it here, here, here. literally as quick as possible, contracted down little guides. I like to waffle on when it's a subject that I want to talk about. But if it's something that I want to convey as information, especially when the game is version 1, I'm planning to do much shorter boop guides. But yeah, then one of my mates, Wes, sort of bought an Idris. And I was like, what the hell is this game he's bought an Idris for? And just around the end of the Kickstarter, or just after Kickstarter, I got involved. Started making content on it. Like, ooh. And then I sort of transitioned into focusing on Star Citizen because there wasn't any content creators doing the content that I wanted for it. And I saw some success for doing that, and I was like, cool, I'll do this. I'm enjoying doing this, and I enjoy the project, warts and all. Whether or not I enjoy playing it in any specific patch, I like talking about it. And is it my dream game? Yeah, on paper, Star Citizen is my dream game. The thing is that I don't really have a dream game thing, because I don't mind compartmentalizing types of game and playing multiple games simultaneously. Not you know what I mean. Like, I'm loving Path of Exile 2. Oh. And Star Citizen's not going to scratch any of my Path of Exile 2 / Diablo itches, right? It doesn't need to. But will it scratch some of my other games I love, like Titanfall, Rust, things like that? Will it scratch some of my Rust sort of itches? Yeah, maybe. Because I like base building and I like gathering. It's not necessarily like raids or anything, because I hate being raided in Rust. That's horrible. I'm not a massive fan of PvP. I participate in PvP. It's just I will typically enjoy large-scale PvE and industrial gameplay over PvP. But I like a little bit of everything. But yeah, sorry, I just went off on a tangent there. But originally, Star Citizen wasn't even on my radar when I started YouTube. Well, they were Planet Tech V5. They're already rolling it out. It's little by little rather than all switch on. Some planets are going to be built with the Planet Tech 5 in mind, and then some of the Planet Tech, and then they'll add more of the lighting, clouds, weather. It's drip fed more than on off. Thank you very much for the kind words. Genuinely appreciated. It's $40 for. Okay, yes, not $45. My bad. $40 for making an account eligible for the Mirai Pulse. That's my bad. I don't know why I thought it was $45. My brain misfiring. Star Citizen content creators are always talking about what's to come in Star Citizen. It's so rare I see organic, non-scripted gameplay on YouTube. You are forever living the dream about what's to come. When do we play? Do both. They're not mutually exclusive things. So the reason to play now, partly it can be just to play, right? That's why you play games. But also it's to help develop the game for the future. And I do a mixture of both. I mean, I talk about Star Citizen a lot more than I play because I'm not a streamer. Well, I'm streaming now. A lot of streamers play because that's their content. I play, but typically to talk about something. YouTubers much more, and videos much more talking about than playing. Not always, obviously. I do play a bit. Well, I play quite a bit, but I don't make videos on direct gameplay. We will be doing that more though, because I think 4.0, especially once it's fixed, will be significantly more playable and easy to make videos on. Like bam, wham, bam, jump in, do a mission, talk a little bit about the mission that we're doing. And I'll be getting gameplay videos out every week soon. Probably when 4.0 goes live. Live. Not kind of live. But I think that's a fair question. Do you think the ability to buy items on your ship once saved will be implemented? Stocking up your ship, things are available in stations, just my thoughts. Yeah, so it kind of works now, right? Like you can repair your ship to get your items back. And obviously there is a level of that people see as duping. What it is that it is going to be a great feature, but it needs to be refined and defined, right? The ability to get those things back, insurance properly done, times and costs associated with that are appropriate. Some items maybe are unique or uninsurable. How was your holidays? I mean, I don't really have a holiday, do I? I just make videos every day. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing relatively chill. That's why I sort of wanted this year. I'm still sort of recovering from being ill. I'm being fat. We'll sort it out. I can't launch the game 4.0 preview a live game without disabling my computer's security. Is that like memory integrity or something it's causing issues with? I'm not sure if that's a common issue or not. I'm not having that problem, but I might have already turned off memory integrity. Is that what it's called? Oh my god. Plastic Death, you beautiful boy. Long time no speak. Happy New Year, buddy. Much love and best wishes for 2025. Genuinely appreciated. I love you and I love money. So happy new money year. You. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciated. Oh, you star. Yes. Looking forward to this year for both Star Citizen and I want to get my house in order. By summer, I want to be able to have people around for barbecues. I've got an amazing space for board games. A lot of people are going to find with Star Citizen client problems, when you're talking about performance problems on client, they're actually it's CPU issues typically. Well, can be running out of RAM as well. Often, that seems to be the case. Yes, 4.0 preview will eventually be pasted over. They'll be getting rid of 3.24.3. Appreciating that. 4.0 preview will become 4.0 live, and the plan is to keep the progress on that. Although it looks like that it will be like 4.0.x before it actually goes to live. Because there's a 4.0.1 build coming out later this week. I get it's early access, but the length of time it's been in the state, they should be focusing on a more stable, playable game at this point. But they are now, right? They are focusing on playability this year, and they're looking at 1.0 within the next 2-3 years. What are you predicting, hoping for next on the roadmap update? So I'd like to see Nyx later this year. I do think they're going to be testing sandworms, quite genuinely. Getting a lot of the gameplay stable with and in engineering, stuff like that. They can build on a lot of the gameplay they already have. I'd love to see it base building by the end of the year. I appreciate all the kind words. I have been keeping up with Star Citizen for over a decade now. That is monstrous, isn't it? Board, I've not played 4.0 as it played like crap for me. And what is your prediction for the next big add to the game? Not ship, well, also ship tech-wise. Yeah. So I sort of talked about that. It's going to be engineering they're focusing on, general playability, getting server meshing optimized. But I do think they'll be testing Sandworm out. I'm hoping to see Nyx and base building by the end of the year. Oh, yes. I kind of want to get into BattleTech. There's loads of other military games I want to get into, including Trench Crusade at the moment. So I can't find the answer. Is 4.0 preview going to become live? Yes. 3.24.3 is the current live build. 4.0 is the preview build, which is also technically live in the fact that they're not going to they're not planning on resetting the 4.0 preview when they go 4.0 live. But there's no nothing will carry over from 3.24.3 anymore. There's effectively a dead branch, but it is still live and playable. So, item retrieval, people are already crying about paying credits to store weapons back on your racks. So, I think what it is that you just want the gameplay loop to be refined, defined, and evolved so that it can't be exploited and everyone knows what's going on with it, right? You don't want the ability to do a thing that then people are using cleverly to duplicate things to make huge amounts of credits, duplicate stuff that you can't buy anywhere else. So you go, ha! I found a rare item. Just money print it. Or go, oh, I can duplicate mission items to skip things. Those are not intended, right? Yeah, you can effectively turn off life support or vent rooms, and there's fire hazards, fire extinguishers in with engineering. So 4.0 on the preview build, which is effectively live, but technically not live. Have they fixed the black screens of death? So, a lot of it, yes, from what I can tell. Some of the 60k stuff's sorted, some of the 30k stuff's sorted. It's significantly more stable now. They have hot fixed a lot of stuff, and it has been pretty good over the last couple of days. I'm assuming that is the experience that a lot of other people are having. Please tell me if you are not, or if it's somehow got worse. I've not played much Space Engineers. Some of my friends absolutely love it. I will play it at some point. I might just play Space Engineers 2, so it'll probably be out before I start playing. Groundfall Gwen. A lot of the sort of Planet Tech V5 and lighting and fog and cloud updates will be coming throughout the year. I recently got a MT for hauling with the ramps and 8 SCU code. Not be stacked too high on the grid. Issue council says fixed, but it's not. Hear anything about? I've not heard anything specific about that. It will get fixed in time. That sort of stuff will get tweaked. It might not be particularly high on the triage stack, though. I wasn't a massive fan of Ark, and it's mainly because all my other mates had played Ark to death before I joined them, and they didn't really teach me anything. They just went, yeah, let's go over here and level 1,000 dino! I was like, well, I kind of like the build-up. And then when I do the build-up stuff, they just run off and do a load of stuff, and I'm trying to work out how to hit something with a stick. I like hard co-op survival games when I'm learning it all at the same time as my friends. Not when one of them is just like, I am God! Okay, cool. Just sort of lose interest. Oh, bear with me. Hello. Apologies if I can't see if people are directly donating and things. I think it's working. Appreciated. Thank you for all the kind words from people. Those YouTubers that misrepresent duping exploit as item insurance are just increasing the probability of another wipe. It needs to be talked about, right? I'm always pro people talking about that sort of stuff. I'm in the opinion of some of these things are features that CIG want to test or are planning to test, or it's part of a feature and that has some unintended side effects. Right? I really enjoyed Valheim. Valheim's amazing. Absolutely love Valheim. What other games have I played? The Forest and Sons of the Forest. Oh, they're pretty solid games. I think that, again, all those games suffer from if you're playing with someone that's played it before. Yeah. You're not learning at the same time. There's some really cool stuff in Sons of the Forest that if you work out or you know, you will have a significantly easier time. And I won't spoil it. But Zin and I played the sort of super early access of Sons of the Forest. worked something out or learnt something at the end of that. And then when we played the full game, we were like, this is significantly easier knowing that thing. Valheim's great. Valheim's great. Yeah. I think people have been asking me to play Soul Mask. I'm really enjoying Path of Exile 2. Like, I absolutely love it. Got a level 92 character. Just flying around, doing my own thing. Not really watching much in the way of other people's builds or anything. Sort of doing it at my own pace. Green Hell was great. Zin and I absolutely love Green Hell. It makes you good at survival games, Green Hell. Because you have to really manage your food and everything. But you have to be aware of your surroundings. Like, the warning signs if a cougar's there. The stepping on a snake or a spider or a frog. Like, yeah, I absolutely love that. James Holby, thank you very much. Thank you for your constant sharing of Star Citizen. This marks the 10th anniversary of my coming across vids from you and Ollie, then jumping into the game. You literally affected the course of my life. That's very kind, and I'm very sorry that I've affected the course of your life. I'm sorry that you cannot get that time back. But genuinely, that's very appreciated. Thanks so much. I appreciate the donation as well, you beautiful man. Oh, you star, thank you so much. Like, genuinely. And I'm glad I could be of help. Like, I like what I do. I get to chill out, have a bit of a read of what's happening in Star Citizen, play a little bit of Star Citizen, talk about and regurgitate what's in the news from CIG, put it all together. People seem to enjoy that. Great. And we're going to be expanding out content more and more as Star Citizen gets more and more playable. Someone was asking earlier, why don't you play more? I will play more. 100%. Like, you're right. I want to play more. And actually be able to make videos on it rather than me playing for 4 hours and only getting like 20 minutes of solid mission gameplay and stuff because of bugs or whatever. Do you have any gamer friends that are super negative towards Star Citizen? How do you respond to them? Just laugh at it. Look, me and a load of my friends take the piss out of each other for anything and everything. Some of my mates that don't play Star Citizen, don't even know what Star Citizen is, they'll make a joke about it being a scam, or they'll make a joke about just being a YouTuber or whatever. It's just it's all fun. Like, I don't mind that they don't play it or understand it, and they make a joke about it. Star Citizen is not my baby to defend, right, at all, right? I love the project, warts and all, and I will laugh at the silly memes about it. I will laugh at people saying it's the worst thing ever, that it's a scam. I will enjoy the people that enjoy it, but some people are, extremely into it, like White Knighty. I'm sort of like, oh, can't do any wrong. It can do wrong. Like, let's be real, right? Like, not always done perfectly right. The thing that you want, or things can go wrong. CIG don't do everything right either, right? Like, they get stuff wrong. If they got everything right all the time, you'd make them in charge of the government. But do you know what I mean? I don't have anyone that's like super negative towards it though. Like, there's no one that hates it. The people that don't understand it and take the piss out of it. It's been in development for so long, right? They have seen a great change in me and all of their lives. Star Citizen has very slowly moved, while their lives have incredibly changed with houses, mortgage, children, moving to different countries, things like that, right? Hello, hello. I appreciate all the kind words, thank you. Any insight on possible PTU patch this week? Should be 4.0.1 is planned to be out this week. Don't have any more information on that yet. Hopefully later today they'll give us bam, will be Wednesday, Thursday or something. That should go out onto PTU. Should be a load more fixes there. There's also a load more hot fixes going out for the current preview build today as well, I believe. So even like, actually that's going back to, do you have any people that are negative about Star Citizen? So Zin's partner, my editor's partner, who's one of my best friends in the world, he has played Star Citizen a couple of times. He's got a Star Citizen account. He's got some pretty rare ships because I bought them for him. But he is a negative on Star Citizen, but very sort of critical of Star Citizen on all aspects. Like, these are red flags, these are problems. They haven't solved these problems, that sort of stuff. And he's great to engage with in a conversation because he will go, look, these are the things that are silly or weird or red flags. You can talk to him about it. Then we'll defend Star Citizen to a level, and what she'll do is explain how they're solving that problem and things like that. But he's probably the most negative person I know about it, and he's going to be playing it and really enjoying it. He's like used to be an avid EVE player, and he's excited for Star Citizen. He just goes, I don't understand how they're going to be able to do all this in a way they want to do it, because it hasn't really been done before. And that's fair enough, right? Hopefully they'll get there. I think they will. 1.0 is going to be not the full game that was promised by any means, but it will be a game that I will fully enjoy playing, and I think it will be super mainstream because it will be, no more resets, and it will have enough content there for people to be like, yeah, this is great. And then Star Citizen have another 20 years of being able to get content out. Because, let's face it, that's how long it's going to take them to get all of the content they want out. Maybe not 20 years, but you know what I mean. It's a long time. Maybe for all the Star Citizens they want, actually. Although they can build Star Citizens actually pretty quickly, what I understand. Stability. Paying $100 for a game that's giving me 500 hours to play. Yeah, so a lot of people have spent a lot on Star Citizen. I think the average amount was like $92 for each backer. When I last looked at the financials, have they released the new financials yet? Cloud.games.com. If they have, no, it doesn't look like they've released the new financials yet. I'll be covering that when they do. I like it when my mates are not competitive about Star Citizen, but sort of question me about it. I love talking about stuff. Is the development of hacking gameplay on hold or still unscheduled? So probably see hacking later this year. They developed a UI for it. They wanted to build it into mission systems. And I know that it was a push last year to get some of it in, but they didn't make it, got reprioritized. I would expect to see it this year. I'm $600 in and loving it. I spent £600. Yeah, look, people that buy the subscriptions as well. That's a lot of money. People have on subscriptions, right? Over the years, I've spent maybe in total now on myself for Star Citizen probably about $3,500 to $4,000. I can sort of more justify that over a decade, and obviously I've made a huge amount more money than that from making videos on Star Citizen. So that's not including like prizes for giveaways and stuff. Some of which CIG give me, some of which Orcs give me. Is the plan for the game still to not be able to buy ships with real money anymore, or do you foresee the store staying at a similar capacity to now? I still think they will sell ships for real money. That might be different, but it's kind of irrelevant because they basically said they were going to sell, or they said they were going to sell in-game currency for real money. So it doesn't matter whether you sell ships or in-game currency, it amounts to the same thing, right? At least in my opinion. I still think they have voluntary subscriptions like they do now. That sort of makes sense. At the very least, I would expect them to sell ships for real money that are new ships, with maybe a small exclusivity period. At the moment, it's like 3 months, right, when a ship becomes viable, or you can actually buy it in-game. But if you've bought it real money, you get it for 3 months before anyone else does, kinda. I'd expect them to do something like that. Not 100%. Like that's an I reckon. And they have not made definitive statements on the plan for 1.0's monetization. But they must be in a position where they know that now, or are close to knowing exactly what they want for it, because they've got a clear path to 1.0. So that is probably something I should start asking CIG. And we can... That's a great idea for a video. At 1.0, start citizen modernization. Because I don't know what it'll be, but we can talk about what we can think it will be, and then I can get some feedback from CIG. What is the turnaround time for a new star system to be developed to put in game? We don't really have that information in any real terms at the moment. 10 years. 4 years for a system. I know they can make a star system and all the planets for it in a day, pretty easily now, but it will take for them to get a star system they are happy with and refined properly. It will be weeks, right? But they could probably do it in a week once they've got all the assets. Obviously, it's going to take them longer because they're going to want to put hero things and hero assets and missions and stuff in. But their procedural tools or semi-procedural tools that they use are pretty refined now. Building the architecture is what they sort of need. Once they have Nyx and Castro in game, Castro, in game and Terra like that, then they are able to build out these systems incredibly fast compared to what they are now. So obviously I exaggerated that. I built it in a day, just done. But they could, but it would be like procedure generated, just bump bump. But they go in and they make sure it's all done how they want, and they have to put hero landing zones, and really to be able to do all that, they need more missions, more architecture, more rules for the NPCs and stuff. Stars listeners to the scam. Happy New Year. Say hello to Zin. Love. Thank you very much, J-Bed, you beautiful boy. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and being a great mod. You and Sketch Therapy and Huntress and all my other mods as well. Thank you, genuinely appreciated. Hey, Bored, Happy New Year. Has any of the developers ever mentioned smoke grenades? Yes, smoke grenades are a thing. Shield domes. So there's supposed to be deployable energy shields. A deployable cover. Yeah, same as that. So gadgets, basically, are what you're talking about, and they will be in game to a lots of different things for gadgets. 67 months you've been subscribed for, Joe, but I'm so sorry. So much of your time. So much of your time. That's over 5 years. Ugh. You may have answered this already. Is there going to be a wipe again with the 4.0.1 patch? CRG have not said there's going to be. And in fact, they said they wanted previously they said they wanted all the stuff from 4.0 to carry over into live. So assumedly, no. If they need to wipe or it's beneficial for them to wipe, they will. If there's been a load of problems with this duping and exploit thing, they will. But I think it's pretty minor from what I can tell. The answer is probably not, but they did. Yeah, Star Citizen with its very interesting live service / development as a service early access model. Really weird double-edged sword, right? Like they need stability. They need a fully playable game now. And then working on playability and trying to get 1.0 out. Well, playability this year, advancing the 1.0 agenda, seems like a good idea, right? I mean, they definitely wipe for 1.0, but that will be the final wipes, the idea. That's one of the features of 1.0, a final wipe, and then no more wipes. How do winners claim giveaway prizes? So I contact them on YouTube. There is a link in the video description that takes you to Reddit or Discord, mine, which will also say basically post here, reply to the comment, and and then you can contact me on contact@boredgamer.co.uk. Bam, I'll sort it out. Or one of the mods on my Discord, whatever. Contact me, but yeah, contact@boredgamer.co.uk. Get straight through to me, and I'll go, cool. Let me just double check this. Make sure you are the person that you say you are, and get me all the details of your account. Bam, send it to you. Get all the details of your account. Just need your sort of email address that your account's associated with. It'll be interesting to see how CIG uses AI tools, right, as the industry and productivity becomes more and more AI focused. I've heard tell there will be focus on stability moving forwards. Yes, playability. Have you heard anything like this from the inside? Yes, 100%. Like, they are focusing on stuff that you can do in game in the next year. More playability, more stability. So narrative events for and new events for the new major patches that come out that make use of the new features and the expanding, playable, stable gameplay. Do you have any info on data running gameplay? Nothing new. So data running is going to be a mixture of data interception and data as cargo, but you'll literally be able to, what I understand, buy data as cargo, but it's sort of like in a UI cargo grid, take it from one place to another. Obviously have it as mission items. Some of it will be volatile or time sensitive, stuff like that. I need to check to see if user.cfgs are even viable to give you any benefit anymore. I've not done one for a while, but I will check it out at some point. If coming Star Citizen Daily, what do you think engineering will be included with patch-wise? Heard another person say 4.0.2. It should be part of the 4.0.x branch by March. That's my expectation. By end of Q1. Don't know what patch number it'll be, but it's sort of irrelevant, right? I love it. CitizenCon, they tried to avoid AI generated or procedurally generated when describing exactly that. So yeah, there's a lot of stigma with certain things, and like CIG have a weird naming convention for a lot of stuff. They'll be like StarGen. Call it for that AI generated technology or ProcGen technology, right? They'll rebrand it for some reason. Branding. Community play sessions with BoredGamer crew this year. Yeah. Be great for content as well, right? Be good for videos and B-roll. Star Citizen's never over-delivered. That's quite possibly true. Sometimes there's an extra feature or two or something impressive that gets added. You're like, oh, cool. I like the fact they just chucked in Titan suits. Right, the game on Kickstarter started playing seriously on 3.10, but I think 4.0 missed the most. It's the most exciting I've been for the game. Starting to take shape and direction now. So they definitely are in a position where a good portion of the systems are there. They need refining. They need improvement, and we need more. And we obviously need like master modes to be rolled into the actual combat and flight models and everything they want. And all that Squadron 42 stuff to be sort of like, finalized and brought over. But by the end of this year, I do think we'll be in a state where I would consider Star Citizen to be something more beta-like. I can't say beta, but much further deeper into early access, less alpha, a lot more mainstream. I think we'll see hacking and data running by the end of the year. I think data running is actually relatively low-hanging fruit, and they just need a proper UI for it, right? And then to build submissions into it. Can I take a shower on my ship? You will be able to, yeah. It'll be part of hygiene. The SSS, the shower, and the shave. What confirmed features are you most excited about? Base building, probably. Base building is what I'm probably most excited about. That's what I'm going to be spending a lot of my time doing. I mean, I love some of the stuff with dynamic weather and all that, and silly sandworm raids. I love stuff like that. Big game hunting is obviously going to be pretty exciting for me. I love that sort of large-scale PvE focused stuff that you can do with some of it do with like small groups. Some of you could do solo, but you know, like a bit raidy. Why you never play with us? Why are you so shy? Just busy. I sell board games and other stuff as well. What happened to the A90 jump mission? Missions get cycled in and out, and you will see missions get cycled in and out and then reused and redone. So. Feels like quality of life needs to be the only priority at the moment. So they need to push towards 1.0. They need to get a full. They need to get a full feature list in, because Star Citizen as it is now, even if it was fully working well, still isn't the game that I want. I need more of that exploration. I need that base building. I need better industry. There's a load of stuff that I want. But quality of life needs to be a hugely high priority. So not the only priority, but yes, I get what you're saying. It is super important. And this year, hopefully they can do that. At least that's my opinion, anyway. I absolutely love what Star Citizen's trying to do. For me, it's taking a load of good stuff from Eve, and it's got an amazing first-person shooter sort of universe. That's very FPS, sort of beautiful universe, but with all the cool points of a load of cool stuff from Eve, and then first-person ship battles, and it's great. He's swearing on how excited I am. Has anyone at CIG acknowledged the Clasher bug? I see it's confirmed. It's on the issue cancel, and I believe someone. So yes, it is known, and it is known that people are trapped in Clasher and other locations. So. Right. I'm going to dash off and get the podcast that's an eye out. But thank you so much for watching. Genuinely appreciated. For those of you that are on Twitch and watching, I'm going to send you over to someone else that is streaming. All my mates are streaming Bard Vexar too. I do love a good bit of. Lots of non-English streamers for Star Citizen at the moment, and very popular, right? Let me send you over to someone. Loads of French streamers, very popular. You're over to Super Matt, brother. My beautiful boy. Back? That works. Perfect. Yes, but thank you so much. Genuinely appreciated. I hope people have better experience with 4.0 now that they've put some hotfixes in, but there's still more to come, and there's 4.0.1 going to the PTU later this week is the plan. Hopefully that will have a load more fixes, and then next week we should have that going over to the preview build, and then hopefully soon after that it fully phased into live. That's my expectation and hope. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. If you've got any stuff you need to talk to me about, you can get me on my Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer. Come say hello.